in the group of the EGFR failure to the EGFR-TKI and the MET overexpression and the different criteria for the different TKI for the first and second generation. The MET overexpression is like maybe the 5+ or but in the third after failure to the third generation TKI, it's the definition of the MET overexpression is like the 10+. So what's the different the patient biology of the to the failure of the different generation to the TKI? What's your opinion about this question?
I mean, I think in the U.S. we've moved to the third generation, but I think one consequence of that is that we're not really seeing the C797S. I think if you do the first, then the third, you get the T790M in the second, then you're more likely to get that tertiary mutation. We'll probably see more MET amplification as the primary mechanism of resistance, just because the osimertinib is more potent when you lead with the third generation. But I think the mechanism of resistance to post first generation are very heterogeneous, and so
in the most doctors the clinic, and I think the third generation TKI is the standard the drug option for the patient with the EGFR mutant. But after the failure to the EGFR TKI, a lot of trial told us that if the patient failure to the third generation is more the resistant mechanism is very complicated, and the result of the treatment after the failure is very, very poor. So it can give us a clue that we should choose the first or second generation in the first line treatment.
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question?
Yes, in non-clinical, and we think the third generation EGFR TKI is the standard treatment option. But we saw a lot of trial that to study the resistant mechanism of the EGFR TKI, and the result showed the patient, if they failure to the third generation, has the very poor result of no matter you choose whatever the different the drugs. So the clinical trial result. Do you think this clinical trial result give us a clue that we should choose the first or second generation TKI to use in the first line treatment for the EGFR mutant non-small cell lung cancer?
I would say no. I mean, I think the third generations are the standard of care, in terms of better survival and less toxicity and other aspects. And so I don't think that sequencing is that. And I think clinically, most of us have had patients who stayed on the third generation for 4, 5, 6 years and had a very good quality of life. So I don't see the practice of first generation followed by third generation as being optimal.
Okay, thank you very much. So much for me. Thank you.